This is Michele Norris from NPR's All Things Considered. I'm asking you to become a sustaining member of Wisconsin Public Radio today. Find more information at WPR.org. Just click the Donate Now button and support the radio you love. Thank you. You can excise thank you, but I always have to add thank you. This is Michele Norris from NPR's All Things Considered. From Superior to Racine, from Washington, D.C. to Beijing, China, Wisconsin Public Radio connects you with communities around the corner and around the world. Thanks for listening, Wisconsin. This is Michele Norris from NPR's All Things Considered. From Eau Claire, La Crosse, and Madison to Milwaukee, Green Bay, Wausau, and Superior, Wisconsin Public Radio provides news and programming where you live. Thanks for listening, Wisconsin. Did I hit all the towns okay?
Oh, yeah.
And thanks for doing that, Michele. What I'm going to ask you to do, would you do the second one more time, because you hit the first time you said Wisconsin and kind of chewed it up.
This is the first one or the second one?
Second one.
Okay. This is Michele Norris from NPR's All Things Considered. From Superior to Racine, from Washington, D.C. to Beijing, China, Wisconsin Public Radio connects you with communities around the corner and around the world. Thanks for listening, Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're good. Did you listen to WPR when you were in school?
I did, and I worked for a time at WORT. I would help them with pledge drives. And I'm trying to remember, there was this late night, Saturday night radio program, and it was like funk, like old-time funk, and it was a woman who, you could only get it on Saturday nights, and she had all these like discs from London. And
was that Lady P doing the Dusty Storm?
I don't know.
She's doing it on Saturday mornings now, and WORT streams. You should listen in.
I don't remember who she was, but it was great. It was
because Peaches does a Saturday morning show. I think it was Peaches.
This would be like 1,000 years ago.
I think she's been there 1,000 years.
Really?
Yeah, and she plays just the greatest sexy funk tunes, dirty, funky, sexy tunes. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah. She's on Saturday mornings now from 8 to 10. So 7 to 9 in Washington, and you can stream them on WORT-FM.org.
Okay.
And you would love her, because she just plays the greatest stuff.
I mean, it was just fantastic. And it was when 12-inch, it was during the 12-inch craze. So she would have, like, stuff. She'd have, like, Grace Jones deep cuts. It was really great.
Yeah, I believe that's Peaches, and she's still on.
Public radio. My family, they were big radio people. We always listened to radio at home. My dad also listened to baseball on the radio. So we always had we had this black Panasonic radio that was always in the kitchen. And then even later in life, he'd watch the baseball game, but listen to the calls on the radio. That's like the sound of summer for me, is the sound of baseball on the radio.
And they listen to public radio too?
Yeah.
What do you remember hearing? Do you remember All Things Considered, which you now host?
I can't remember All Things Considered. I don't remember All Things Considered. I just remember a lot of
I'm going to ask
quiet,
that we move
sort of. I
this
think that's one of the reasons you liked it, is
because
because sort of the dulcet tones. It's really kind of mellow and quiet.
A lot of quiet, earnest people.
Yeah, but he also, he used to tell me, he was a big proponent of this, because my dad was very hungry for knowledge, right? You know, we got to go to college. And I think in some way, public radio and public television and Kipling magazine, and we subscribed to the New York Times on Sunday, which was a big deal, like it was part of the family budget. And he used to, before we got it delivered to the house, they used to on Sundays go to Schindler's, which was this big newsstand, and pick it up on Sunday mornings, and they'd have one reserved for my mom and dad, and they would just pour through it for the rest of the week. My mom still does this in Minnesota. She only gets the Sunday Times, and she like dines out on it all week long. And I think that was how they educated themselves. They were always going to, at the U, they had these free seminars, and so they were always going to workshops and things like that. I think they saw that as sort of their lifeline to an education that they didn't have access to. And my dad would tell me when I left home that, go and find the radio stations at the end of the dials, because they're going to get you the news that you need. And that's where you're going to find out about the world. And he also told me to read the Wall Street Journal, because I needed to know how to handle my money. He was a big proponent of that also.
Save money, pay yourself first. I remember all those little things he used to tell me. It took me a while before I followed his advice.
Yeah.
Pay on your principal, that kind of thing.
I told me that too, but I still don't have any money to use the
I do, actually.